Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to give you the one habit that can really change your life and help you reach all of your goals, no matter whether they're fitness related or professionally. And if you stay tuned, we'll go through 6 things that you can do nice and easily to improve this habit and reap the benefits of it. All right, so let's get into it. The habit itself is sleep. Now, that may seem really obvious because it's so natural. And in fact, sleep is a part of life. In fact, we have a natural sleep-wake cycle, our circadian cycle. So we will naturally sleep every single day. But what's often undervalued is the benefits it gives. In fact, when we sleep, our bodies rest, restore, and recover. Okay? So this improves our memory, which improves our concentration. It boosts our immune system, looks after our heart health, allows our physical body to recover muscles and things like this, but also allows us to communicate more clearly. And basically, all the good things that we appreciate in life happens when we're asleep. Okay, so it is loaded with benefits. The trouble is, most of us don't get enough, or we don't get enough quality sleep. Okay, now as we age at different times of life, we're going to need different amounts of sleep. But as an adult, the guidelines is 7 to 9 hours. Okay, now I know the first myth and the first argument here is going to be, I'm okay, I get 6 hours or I get 6.5. Okay, been there, done it, and so have my clients. Okay, that's the biggest misconception. Okay, now I say misconception because you can survive on less sleep. Okay, it's not that you can survive on less sleep. That is a fact. However, your body will actually function at a lower rate. Okay, so for example, if you got 6 hours of sleep, after 3 nights, your risk of accidents goes up to about 70%. Okay, so whereas normally it's about sort of 20-30%, if you're getting about 7 hours, it shoots up to more than double. Okay, so that could be a simple accident like walking into something, or that could be something like a car accident, much more severe. Okay, but your rate of accidents increases, and of course everything else goes at that same sort of rate. Okay, so it is important we look after our sleep. All right, so let's get into the 6 things that we can do, and obviously how we can sort of change our routine to actually benefit us so that we get enough sleep, but also can look at the quality of sleep. Okay, now the first one is obviously don't do everything at once. Okay, you're probably going to find that you're focused on one thing or doing 2 things, and you'll slowly build into it. Okay, if you try and do it all at once, you might feel overwhelmed. Okay, so don't worry if you can't do everything. So number 1 is about our sleep schedule. Now, our sleep schedule means that we're going to bed and getting up roughly the same time every single day. So if we take a morning routine of getting up at 6 a.m., okay, if we get up at 6 a.m. every single morning, then we need to count our bedtime. So that's the time we're going to sleep, not the time we're going to bed. Okay, so the time we're going to sleep has to be 6 to 9 hours beforehand. Okay, so that'll be by 11 o'clock, we need to be asleep if we get up at 6. Okay, now with that, if we get up at 6 every single day in the week to go to work, it means we can't lie until 10 at the weekends, okay? Simply because this really affects our rhythm, it affects our cycle, and our body clock won't know whether it's coming or going. So that means we can somehow get too much sleep at times and too little at others. It can cause restless nights, but also can mean it's much more difficult to get to sleep, say, during the week when you need to, okay? So having an even schedule will really help. Now, number 2 is about our bedtime. Okay. Now, we said about having an even bedtime, but I said, if we're going to bed, get up at 6, we want at least 7 hours. We want to be asleep by 11. Okay. That means we need a bedtime routine to ensure that that happens. So if you think about your bedtime routine, that's how you get ready for bed. That will be things like getting changed, cleaning your teeth, going to the toilet, maybe washing the face, putting some creams on, maybe reading a book for a little bit. These sorts of things that you do to sort of wind the body and mind down to let go of the day. Okay, so some good things to do at bedtime to help you let go is a bit of meditation, some gentle stretching, even some gentle breath work. Breathing is a really, really good thing because it helps relax and calm the mind. You could also find journaling helps because if there's anything still niggling from the day, you can jot it down, pick it up the next day. Okay, so that's number 2. Now, number 3 is the opposite end. It's our morning routine. So if you think to your morning routine, are you somebody who the first thing they does is puts the kettle on and makes a cup of coffee? All right. Now, I'm going to tell you why this is bad for you. Okay. So I'm somebody who loves the coffee in the morning too. So it's not because I'm telling you this is something that's horrible because I dislike it. It's something that I'm telling you will help boost your energy levels during the day. And when you boost your energy during the day, you can actually help boost your sleep wake cycle. Okay. Now, when you wake up in the morning, you are naturally at your most alert, even if you don't quite feel it. Okay. If you're feeling sluggish, that's likely because you've not had a restful or enough sleep. Okay. So, restful night or enough. Now, a lot of the time we reach for that cup of coffee because we're feeling, oh my God, it's hard work in the morning. But actually, what we're doing is we're then stimulating our brains and then we're giving ourselves a crash. And we're doing this roller coaster. Okay. Now, if you have first thing in the morning a green tea or white tea, you can give yourself a body a natural boost of caffeine. There's about a third of the amount of caffeine, but there's also loads of health benefits. So your body can use that caffeine in a much better way. So it boosts your brain as well. Also, naturally, your body is at its most alert in the mornings. So you're giving your body the chance to wake up. Okay, so this is what I do in the mornings. I now have a white tea, sometimes peppermint and sometimes green. But generally, my white is my favorite. And then I have that first thing, and then sort of half an hour later, after I've finished it, I then have my coffee. Okay, so I still have my coffee, but I just have it a little later. And by having it later, I actually find my energy is higher. I really enjoy it. And of course, I don't suddenly get this drop mid-morning. Okay, so there's no need for a second cup or things like that. It's just like a really enjoyed cup of coffee. All right. So your morning routine can be as important as your bedtime because it's what sets you up for the day. And when we sort of get ready for our day, we want to increase our energy and use our energy the best way possible. So if you're finding you're getting up, dashing out, and rushing off, try and get up 5 to 10 minutes earlier. If you want to get up a little earlier in the mornings, try and just do 10 minutes tomorrow and just focus on doing 10 minutes until that becomes easier. Then add maybe another 10. Don't try and do the hour all the time because it can be a lot. Okay, so your morning routine is as important, but your bedtime routine is definitely the way you need to focus to improve sleep. Okay, so that's your first 3: sleep schedule, your bedtime routine, and then your morning routine to get you set for the day. Now, number 4 is about our environment, okay, because we need a good environment for sleep, and this can be underrated. So, our environment means that the place feels restful, it feels like a place of rest and relaxation. Okay, so that means we don't take our laptops to bed and we don't do some work late at night and we don't do work first thing in the morning sat in bed. Okay, that can be a recipe for disaster when it comes to having a good night's sleep. It's also things like the lighting that we have. So a bright white light can be too much. And it's like a soft, warm light. I mean, I have in my bedroom a Himalayan rock lamp because it's got this warm orangey glow. It's absolutely beautiful. And of course, it's sort of restful and relaxing in the evenings. So of course, as I'm getting ready for bed and calming down, then of course it helps me sort of relax. Okay. So your environment is as important as anything else because actually if your brain naturally connects to be in that room with resting and just a relaxing state, then when you go to sleep, it's going to be much more likely to take that on board. Okay. Now we have 2 more. One is going to be about your core body temperature. Okay, so this one has a lot of pros and cons in both ways. So I'm going to give you both and you can make the choice that fits you. So when I say core body temperature, if we're looking at the 6 a.m. get up, which means we have to be asleep by 11, so we're starting to wind down by 10. Say if you're working till 6, so you do your workout 7 till 8 p.m., your core body temperature is going to be elevated for probably about another 4 hours. So if you're finishing at 8, your body temperature is going to be elevated about midnight, which does not fit with our going to bed and being asleep by 11, okay? Because you can actually feel too warm, right? Now, when you have a high core body temperature and working out, it doesn't mean to say you can't work out in the evenings. It just means that you need to have a cooler shower to start to bring the body temperature down slightly. So when you get into bed, you feel in a state of rest and comfort. Okay. Just like if we look at the opposite, having a warm shower can help you feel sort of relaxed, content, that sort of, say, warm, fuzzy feeling. Okay. Now, when we take a warm shower in the evening, it can be nice and relaxing. It can help your muscles relax and things like this. Here's the thing that I do. If I'm working out in the evening for some reason, what I tend to do is have like a nice warm shower, sort of, getting nice and warm, relaxing my muscles, but then I cool it. So it's not as cold as I might have in the mornings, but then I make sure I shift it onto a cooler side to sort of cool my body slightly. Then I get out the shower, obviously get ready and off to bed. But it means that I'm sort of cooler, but I'm also feeling quite rested. So a sort of a combo shower can be helpful. Now, the last one is get about that sort of contented feeling. Okay, we're looking about the food and that we eat. Okay, now a late snack can be nice. Okay, because it can give you, like I said, that feeling of contentment. However, if you're doing that sort of training is 7 till 8, like I said, but we're trying to get to bed and be asleep by 11, so we're looking at bedtime routine from 10, by the time you get home, you shower, you cook some food and everything, the last thing you actually want in your body is a heavy meal. Okay, this is because it can sit heavy in the body, make you feel sluggish, and sort of actually make your body feel disturbed during the night, so unrested. Now, I'm not saying not eating anything is a good idea, but actually having something that's much lighter. So if you had a workout, having some vegetables and some protein, that can be a great option. Or if you haven't and you just want something late, maybe a yogurt or some bits of fruit or something. So something that's kind of light to give your body something that it needs. But of course, remember, your body is slowing down at this point. You're slowing and calming down. The last thing it needs is something big and heavy in it that it's got to try and break through. So having something lighter, but also try and leave at least an hour before you crawl into bed, because then at least you give your body a chance. Now, the second part with that is about caffeine. Okay, so we talked about our morning coffees and how we have it, but also avoiding caffeine late in the evening. So I say after 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, unless it's ultimately there's no chance possible, and then that way you don't get a stimulation of the mind or the body late at night. Okay, so hopefully those 6 things have helped you. Try and take 1, 2, all of them on board, whatever suits you, and look at improving your sleep. Because when you do, you'll perform better during the day, you'll increase your energy, but also you'll manage your stress better and actually reach your weight loss goals. So see what you can put into action tonight. And of course, I'd love to hear. Drop in your comments below. Let me know how you get on. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.